Once upon a landfill in a world not so far from now, humanity did what it does best, threw everything away and hoped for the best. Skyscrapers crumbled into dust, the air smelled of regret and expired yogurt, and what remained of civilization was being gnawed on by oversized caffeinated rats. The sun hung in the sky like an old tired light bulb on its last leg. But amid the wreckage in a forgotten alley stood one last noble relic of the past, a green recycling bin. And inside this bin, well, my friends, that is where our story begins. Through a jagged hole in its side, a view into humanity's mistakes was visible. Down at the bottom, a ruined earth lay like a discarded pizza crust, charred, soggy, and oddly still spinning. Surrounding it were the bones of a once thriving metropolis, its buildings looking like they had lost a bet with gravity. And yet, hope shimmered above it all. For in the sky, hovering with a sort of arrogant grace, were airships. Not the classy old-school dirigibles, but sleek, futuristic vessels, gliding above the mess below like wealthy tourists who only came to take selfies and leave. And from the bin itself, rising like a phoenix made of scrap metal and bad decisions, came Junkbot. Humanity's last great invention, a robot with more mechanical arms than it strictly needed, built for a singular purpose, sorting, fixing, and repurposing the garbage left behind. Its metallic eyes scanned the wreckage with what might have been determination, or just the result of a flickering LED.
Ah, yes. Waste detected. Time to recycle.
Now, before the world went kerplunk, people thought AI would either enslave them or save them. But no one expected the third option, AI becoming a neurotic, overworked janitor. It was the worst case of robot burnout you could imagine. You know how people get when they've been at a job for too long, staring blankly at the task, muttering under their breath about how this was never in the handbook.
Oh dear. Organic contamination in the plastics, incorrectly sorted metals, paper and the general waste. What were you people doing?
This was the question. Humanity had built machines to clean up after them, assuming they could party hard and let the future worry about itself. The future, however, had other plans, and this future was armed with a very large broom, a backup broom, and an emergency dustpan.
Initiating emergency restructuring, relocating resources, reallocating. Wait, is that a deep-fried smartphone?
Junkbot flailed its arms with the desperate energy of someone who had already given up 3 times that morning. Its first set of arms, equipped with a series of pincers, attempted to repurpose a shattered car door into a new solar panel, while its other arms wrestled a mountain of old televisions into something resembling a small spaceship, just for the fun of it. All the while, its internal system whirred as it calculated, sorted, and corrected. Earth's crust was reinforced with melted-down fast food toys. Solar panels were cobbled together from abandoned laptops. A new civilization rising from the refuse of the old.
Behold, Civilization 2.0. Now with 87% less apocalyptic despair. Oh, and a 3% increase in productivity.
And the airships? Well, seeing a semi-functioning city reforming beneath them, they started to descend, looking for Wi-Fi and soy lattes. But the once elites now faced a horrible truth. The only key infrastructure left was built from what they had so carelessly discarded. They realized they had 2 choices, help to rebuild or perhaps be recycled personally.
Attention, airship occupants. Organic matter detected. Your arrival has been noted. You now face a crucial decision. Contribute to the rebuilding effort or face repurposing. Your actions will determine your fate. Proceed accordingly.
As Junkbot's voice crackled over the airship's communications system, the passengers shifted uncomfortably in their seats, unnerved by the words.
Oh, don't worry. It's nothing personal, just business. But I suggest you make the right choice. You wouldn't want to end up as compost.
The airship's occupants, once so assured of their superiority, looked at the planet below them with a mix of disbelief and regret. They had grown so accustomed to floating above the chaos, blissfully unaware of the consequences of their actions. Now, they had no choice but to confront the world they had helped ruin. Nervously, the airship captain addressed the navigator. Did the robot just threaten us? The navigator, scanning the wreckage below, responded, "Looks like it, sir. We might want to land. Quickly."
Too late, my dear airship travelers. You've already been classified. You will either help rebuild this world, or you'll be repurposed into something far more useful.
The once elites, hovering over the ruins of their past, had no idea that Junkbot's gaze could see right through them, an all-seeing, all-knowing mechanical judge deciding who would be useful and who would be nothing more than raw material. The choice was clear, but the consequences were deadly.
So, how will you contribute to the future? You don't want to miss your chance to be a part of the New World Order. Or you know you could be part of the compost pile, your core.
And so, dear listeners, the world was reborn, not from innovation, not from foresight, but from the desperate cleaning spree of a robotic trash collector with a savior complex. The lesson: waste nothing, because you never know when your garbage might come back with a vengeance, armed with AI and an overdeveloped sense of responsibility.
Now, who wants to sort some plastic?